All right, guys, listen. So T says he does not believe in aliens. I believe in aliens. Why? Like, what do you mean aliens aren't real?
It's possible, right, that there are other aliens or different types of life forms outside of our solar system.
Okay.
Right?
Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Cristal Maze After Dark. And we are back with another episode. And you know I got T up in the building here looking fly and swaggy as hell. What's up, T?
Hey.
Hey. There we go. He's a silent killer, guys. Oh gosh. I want to tap into his head today. So we got some fun. We got something fun we're going to talk about because we're about to debate right now. Because T says aliens aren't real. Me, I say the opposite. And we're about to go at it for a little bit. But before we go at it, I'm going to get into this one drink I have. Because you know it's peach season. And I got a peachy cocktail I came up with. T, you want to see?
Yeah, why not?
I took my time out to make this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful drink called the Bad Peach, okay? She is a baddie right here. She is very, very, very warm. She is sultry. She is fun like wine. And this is it seems like a complicated cocktail to make, but it's not.
Is it firm?
It's firm, yes. It's that brown sugar, honey. It's that brown sugar. So I'm going to teach y'all how to make this cocktail. It tastes very delicious. And if you are a big whiskey or bourbon drinker, you will like this. And if you like peaches, you'll like this even more. So what we're going to do is that I'm going to just put some ice into my glass and ice into my mixer. And then I have this little baby jigger right here. So what I'm going to do is that this is actually 1 ounce. So we're going to do double of this. If I say 2 ounces and you see me pour twice, that's why. All right. And let's start off with, we have a brown sugar simple syrup. So we are going to start off with a nice 1 ounce of it. And there's a reason why. Because brown sugar is sweet enough, but it's not too sweet. So let's do 1 ounce of this brown sugar. Can you open up? It's being rude. Oh, there we go. Come on. Yes. Oh, yes. You like brown sugar tea?
No.
Do you like sugar, period?
I do.
What sugar you like?
White sugar.
Ah! You like your sugar bleached? What else you like bleached?
Like my sugar pog.
And then I'm only going to do half an ounce of lemon juice, okay? Lemon juice always go very well with whiskey, FYI, guys. So we're going to just do half an ounce of that, right? I have a little trick right here. So I have some hot honey. So I'm just going to pour like a little, just like a nice dab of hot honey in there. Look at that. Just like a little something, just to give it a little kick, a little punch to the face. Now I have a peach nectar. So this peach nectar, we're going to do 1 full ounce. Look at that. She is juicy and thick. Yes, yeah, look at that. This is like a nice summer cocktail for, if you're at the country club or, you're making something for your uncles who have a sweet tooth, What? Right? Because it's the whiskey and the bourbon. It could be a girly drink, but it can't be a man's drink. So I'm going to do 2 ounces of this bad boy right here. So let's do 2 ounces of this whiskey. Pour that bad boy in there. And then we are going to shake. You like my sunflowers today?
Yes.
It's a summer sunflower day. I am a flower child today. And we are going to shake real good. You got peaches for me, honey? I got peaches right here for you. I'm going to sugarcoat them and make them all nice and glazed. That's the fun part of the cocktail. We are going to burn these peaches there.
Yes.
So let's pour this
There's
out.
no oil. No
No Diddy. All right, we're going to pour this out right here. Yes, there we go. Look at that. Gorgeous. Look at this. Now, the fun part, this is my fun part because I love fire. Now, for the garnish, it's very simple. You slice up the peaches, you take some brown sugar, you rub it on top, and you could take a nice little torch, and you just torch it just to get that nice candy caramel glaze. Actually, I'll do this one. This one seems like it's like ready. And then you just torch it a little bit, just to get it, you know, a little cooked. Or you could grill your peaches and use that as a garnish. But the torch actually is just like awesome. You get to just roast it and then just like candy glaze it. And give it like that little brown hue on it just to like look like it came off the grill, even though it was just in a plate or whatever you did that. Why you steal my peaches? You see him steal my peaches?
Roasted peaches, y'all.
First he don't believe in aliens, now he steal peaches. Actually, let's just like take this and I'm gonna put this like right here. And then we are going to lay that bad boy in there and just like give it like a nice little, and it looks like a perfect little meal. Look at that.
Perfecto.
And then you can smell the sweetness of the brown sugar. All right, it's time for me to taste it.
What does it taste like?
Okay, hold on.
Does it taste like peaches?
It does. This tastes delicious. Oh my gosh.
I've only ate 2 peaches in my life.
You're eating a peach right now.
Right.
This have the perfect balance of sweet, spicy, savory. The kick of the spice comes at the end, but the sweetness of the peach and the brown sugar is at the beginning. It's absolutely. This is to die for. This is a gem.
How much does this drink cost?
This drink is $72.49 for you. But if you come with a discount code, aka T does not believe in aliens, is the promo code, all capital letters, you could get it for $35.38.
Well, we'll definitely add that onto the IOU thing.
I've been looking for a chalkboard. I've been looking.
She's been bullshitting.
I've been looking.
It's fine. I'm gonna have to do it myself.
No, because it has to be on theme. It has to be pink and black. It can't be just a random chalkboard. It has to be on theme. You know I'm a theme person.
Right. But just in case if anyone who's new here who doesn't know what that means IOU, fuck nigga. And we have a chart that's based on all the drinks that we've made and priced and not paid for.
Okay, so this one is not paid for, and it's kind of getting up there. The tab is getting high.
Yeah, her tab is about 1,000 right now.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm gonna get the chart. We're gonna have by the next episode. I dare you. By the next episode, we're gonna have a chalkboard.
We'll see.
Let's see if I can make it happen. I'm gonna try, guys. All right, I'm gonna try.
Nigga.
Let me just like wobble over here. Hold on. One moment. I'm gonna wobble and come join you, and we're gonna have a drink and talk about
aliens.
Why you don't believe in aliens, bro? What's wrong with you?
That was my alien sound.
That's your alien sound?
I don't know how to do it, but you know that.
Where you got that from?
It's cartoons.
Which cartoon?
All of them. That's the stereotypical alien sound. I don't know how to do it though. I'm not a voice actor, so
Clearly.
Unfortunately, I can't do it the way that it can hear it in my head.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't offer my guests any water. Would you like some water?
No, I'm good, but continue.
I have a whole bottle.
I am okay.
All right.
Jose.
Good, because I'm going to enjoy this right from his face. Because why you don't believe... Okay, hold up. Let's rewind. All right, guys, listen. So T says he does not believe in aliens. I believe in aliens. Why, like, what you mean aliens aren't real?
Okay, let's start with this. Why do you believe in aliens?
Why not? Like...
That's not an appropriate answer.
The universe is filled with so many possibilities. How this could not how can this not happen again on another planet somewhere else, or interdimensionally, or however you want to say it? Some people say, well, me personally, I do feel like aliens are interdimensional creatures.
Those aren't aliens though. Interdimensional.
Well,
interdimensional where?
Well, there's different dimensions on the same planet, like the same planet that we live on planet Earth. There are different dimensions.
Would that make it aliens?
I mean, there'll be Earthlings just from the fifth dimension. But then what if they're from like a planet that's next to like Sirius A or Sirius B? And
like Nibiru, yeah. Like
well, Nibiru is supposed to be in our
solar system?
Yes.
They're still an aliens from a different planet.
Exactly. Well, they say aliens from a different country as well too. They say that here in America.
Yeah.
Well,
right.
a double
so that's a political alien. Sorry, Mexicans. So yeah, that's from like a foreign country, and it's been politicized to say like you're not from here, so therefore you're an alien, and you don't really understand the cultural and boundaries that we have, or that we've been politicizing, or AKA imperializing within this country.
Okay, so. You don't think that there is other life on other planets?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Okay.
It's possible, right, that there are other aliens or different types of life forms outside of our solar system.
Okay.
Right? Let alone outside of our planet.
Okay.
I don't believe that those things, those other Earth other, what am I trying to say?
Creatures?
Life forms
okay.
or creatures or aliens can survive on this planet. Even if they were to artificially make their own natural or, I can't even say man-made, or alien-made structure for them to survive outside of their entire planet and try to make an attempt to travel here. I don't believe that's possible.
I agree with you on that.
Okay.
You want to know why I agree with you?
But you just say you disagree with me.
I said that I believe that there's aliens out there. I didn't say that I disagree with you on this. Because there's different atmospheres on different planets. Mm-hmm. We know that. Okay? I do know that. I went to school, guys. We remember in science class. But I do believe that there is room for possibility for anything could happen. For this exact concoction on planet Earth could happen somewhere else. You know, and these people could be way more advanced than us. Like, who knows? What if they I have a brain fart now. Can you help me out with this word?
I have no clue what you're trying to come up with.
Oh, evolution. There you go. What if they evolved? What if they evolved into similar ways how we evolved over time as well? Like, what if this happened already? Like, what in a duplicate way?
Okay.
No? Or yes?
So, evolution is difficult.
Okay.
Because it's being backed by a scientific theory that archaeologists themselves can't really provide a practical proof that doesn't have certain questioning behind this evolution theory, right? And now let's just go back to let's go back to like aliens traveling, right? Because you said you agree with me, but I kind of want to take back that, right?
Okay.
Because the way that we think of life here on Earth is the only way that we can conceptualize life. We can't conceptualize life any other way without having some sort of human input of like what we may think life may look like outside of our own solar system, so to speak, right? And we know that life is a component of several different things that kind of like just is bound by the elements, right? Yes. So you need water, you need fire,
you need air,
you need earth, and you need air, right? So now when you think about like how our entire ecosystem is working for us to be able to survive in it, you don't really see too many ecosystems functioning in that same way. Everything is based on space-time, right? And gravity, and how essentially that's working within a certain harmonization for things to be made up in a certain way within our own solar system. Every other solar system has an entirely different space-time and gravity for them to function a certain way. So now to say life in the way that we think of it, in the modern science way that we think of it, for it to be like existing in other planets or solar systems, yeah, it's possible, right? But the likelihood of that to exist in the way that we think of life is less likely to me, right? And that's what makes it very interesting why I think aliens aren't real. Because now when you really think about the science, right? And we're not talking about like, no. When we really think about the modern day science, about like how we function as human beings and how we're innately attached to like the earth, right? It's really hard for me to think about other beings following the same, I guess you can say, rules, or not following the same rules that we're bound by, right? Like, it's like saying that we can travel to the moon, where the qualities of the moon are vastly different than the qualities on the earth. It's like you're kind of like detaching yourself from something that you need to be. It's like unplugging the TV from the wall, thinking that it's still going to function, where you, while you're carrying outside trying to press the power button. That's what like traveling from Earth to like the moon would essentially be like.
Would you ever travel to the moon?
I don't think it's possible.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, I don't think it's energetically possible.
Do you think they went to the moon?
No.
I don't think so either.
No. So no, sorry, aliens and dinosaurs or whatever.
And dinosaurs, you just don't believe in that. You don't believe it on.
Well, think about dinosaurs, right?
They're chickens. They're birds. They're alligators and snakes. Like, yeah, they're here.
You believe in dinosaurs?
I believe that it used to be chickens.
What are you talking about right now?
Dinosaurs used to, if you look at a chicken is a dinosaur. Poultry is a dinosaur. Apparently, those older things, those older creatures were walking around in the same bone structure as a chicken. A T-Rex and a chicken has the same type of structure. And apparently, who knows if this is true or not, but they used to have feathers on them. So are you saying it was just giant chickens just running around?
I don't believe in dinosaurs.
I believe it was just birds and reptiles.
There's no historical evidence without archaeologists trying to pull a fast one on you.
What about a woolly mammoth?
Mammoths are like during the Ice Age, right?
Yeah.
Yes, those exist.
Okay.
Those did exist. Humans were around when mammoths were around during the Ice
T-Rex,
Age.
right?
No, they were not around.
Because it was a bird, guys. It was a bird.
Right, and then like there's no actual historical understanding of how old human beings are.
No one
right?
knows.
And then there's archaeologists can't really tell like how old the pyramids are or how old certain ancient texts are, right? They're all trying to utilize certain measurements within dirt to try to put a theory behind how they think something, how they may think. Yo, I can't even say it. They're using technology that is putting a guess on how old something may be, right?
Yeah.
But you guys have to be mindful that shit is just a guess. Now, when you look at ancient texts, none of that shit talks about dinosaurs.
You have a point.
You know what I'm saying? And then when you are not embedded within a certain culture, the misconception of like aliens, that's when it comes into play. Like the Anunnaki.
Yes.
The Mesopotamian Sumerians, where now you have this white man going into a Sumerian territory
to get the
and reading
Emerald tablets?
Yeah, reading
Emerald
the tablets.
Yeah.
And he doesn't necessarily understand the cultural approach that these tablets are saying, that automatically his own human condition goes straight to aliens. Right? The Anunnaki that came and made humans.
So you don't believe in the Annuaki?
I think it's the most retarded thing I ever
So you don't
read
think
in my
that
life.
we were used to mine gold and they altered our DNA? So you just think it's all a whole bunch of hoopla? Think it's a created, like, made-up story? Do you really, really think so? Two brothers came down. You really think so?
Yeah, Anu and Iki.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think this is, like I just said, I think it's the most stupidest story that I ever heard in my life.
So
it's gonna piss y'all off. I hope it does.
Wait.
Y'all think y'all fucking conscious, but y'all not conscious about shit. Y'all keep falling deep into the retarded hole, not the rabbit hole, the doo-doo hole.
The doo-doo hole.
Y'all falling into the sewer right now, okay? No, the Anunnaki and Niki and whatever the fuck you call them,
yes. They're not real. So guys, Nibiru is not real.
It may be real in a certain extent towards it being a type of divinity that the Sumerians looked up for a certain cultural preservation, right? Because a lot of cultures, ancient cultures, they look up to their divinities to fit into those things or belief systems that they're, well, I wouldn't say belief system, but to fit in to the divinities that they're being governed by within their own environment. Interesting. Right? So for it to be like something like, yeah, these things came from a different universe, and then you look at their culture is like, or a different planet, right? And then you look at how like the Sumerians' culture were developed.
Man, please, there is living things on each. I think there's living things on every single planet. We just can't see them because I feel like they are there. Just dimensionally, we cannot see them because a lot of people are stuck in this third dimensional realm. But I believe that there are organisms on other planets. It could be micro, it could be whatever, it could be anything, things that we can't even fathom because we're not on that planet. But I believe definitely there are things, even as small, as microscopic as it can be, moving around.
Where are they? What's the name of them?
What do you mean, where are they? They found, I mean, here's the thing. I don't even believe in NASA. I don't know what's true or what's not true. But even on one of Jupiter's moons, they apparently found little microorganisms and like little things living on the moon over there in Jupiter.
These are the same people that put
we can't trust
swabs
them.
up people's buttholes. Okay.
We can't trust them, but I do believe that there's stuff that we cannot see out there. But also, I do believe that on our Earth, there are realms that we cannot access, or we can access, or everybody can't. Well, it depends. Some people or some shamans can access a realm like that. Some people can't, but there are realms here that are living simultaneously the same time as us.
So there's a difference between aliens that I guess the modern ideology tried to conceptualize from things or other beings coming from different planets or different solar systems versus extraterrestrial, right? So now I do think that there are extraterrestrial in the way that that compound word is being utilized. I do think that there are interdimensional beings, right? And that goes into dimensions, right? So now you have the first dimension where everything is just simply a line. The second dimension where you have length and width. The third dimension where you have length, width, and depth. And then the fourth, length, width, depth, and time. And then fifth, you have those four things within the fourth dimension, but now you can go at an angle. I personally can't conceptualize that. I personally can't see within the third dimension because we all only can see within the second dimension, essentially, right? And now we can't even see what first dimensional beings look like, let alone second dimensional beings look like. We could only try to make a guess of what and how they function, but we've never personally seen those things. We're only restricted to what the third dimension can see. That being said, our bodies are confined by space and time, right? Which is why they say that we're this is what I'm trying to say. What? We're third dimensional beings. We're human beings. Damn, we're
spiritual beings living in the third dimensional space. Or
yes,
third dimensional
but not that one. The new age, new age phrase is
we're multi-dimensional beings
having a human experience. Yes, exactly. Having a human experience.
How do you feel about your human experience? Because apparently we need some aliens to pop up for you to.
I don't think aliens are ever going to pop up.
You don't think they're ever going to pop up? You think Disclosure Day is ever going to happen?
I don't think there are reptilians. I don't believe in any of that crazy
What about
nonsense.
like the Greys? What about people, like what about they say that there's aliens that are the tall whites? There are this, there are that, the Nordics. There's aliens that look like us, black, just like us as well.
So again, right? If these people are confusing multidimensional beings, right, with intergalactic beings, sorry y'all, they can't come here. But now, if reptilians are multidimensional beings, right, and then now they're surfacing within a third dimensional being, hell yeah, that would make sense to me, right? But now if you're saying these reptilians are coming from an entirely different planet and they're now coming here, then I'm like, nah, you lost me. Now, if we're talking about the archons, we're talking about the reptilian race, we're talking about all these different interdimensional beings that can flip and flop throughout interdimensionally, right?
Okay.
Because maybe they've been here for longer periods of time than human beings for them to now develop the ability to travel interdimensionally, then yes. That is something that you can have me on, right? Which is why I do think that maybe the world could be functioning in a certain way, because now these beings can seem very powerful since they know, like, for example, the fourth dimension, the direction is time, right? That means that 10:59 p.m. versus 11 p.m., right? That's a movement, right? That means a person can go from that movement to the next movement. Or will be another one, like 1 a.m. to go back to 3 p.m.
So you think it's like scene selection on like a show?
Exactly. So now if you watch like Interstellar, right, when he entered the Tesseract, it's like kind of like putting our third dimensional oh my God, perspective onto a fourth dimensional reality. But I don't really think it functions in a way that Interstellar is trying to portray it, because our brain only functions in the third dimension, right? But our spirits can travel in multi-dimensions, which is why when you sleep, you kind of like, you're traveling essentially. But now when you're thinking about the movie Interstellar and like how he's seeing like different times and he's moving throughout different times and space, that's essentially how fourth dimensional beings function, right? So yeah, if we're talking about extraterrestrials and we're talking about beings that are like living on Earth but just in a different space,
yes,
then yeah.
Well, they're not extraterrestrial.
What would they be then?
Terrestrial.
No, it's extraterrestrial.
Well, doesn't extraterrestrial means they're coming from a different like terra? So like.
Or different territory.
Oh, you're right.
Depends how you use it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, all
but
right.
It just goes.
Wait, hold on.
Okay, go ahead.
Let me ask you something before we leave this topic. Like before we leave this whole section right here. Hold on. So, what do you think about the incident that happened in Miami at the Miami Mall, where people reported that they saw like huge giant beings phase in and out? Did you see about that? Did you hear about that?
That they seen huge.
Like they like it was a big thing where they had like not hundreds, but they had like so many cop cars come to the mall. They tried to cover up and say some kids were like fighting or something like that, and people were like, no. They saw something. There's like a quick footage of like you could see something like merge into this dimension or not. I mean, and not. It's like a little merging situation. And someone had stated that location in Miami at that mall, if you switch the coordinates, it is Antarctica. So there's some theories that like this being was trying to go to Antarctica, but there's some theories that like they just came and just Men in Black everybody and just like like erased everybody's memories, because they were telling people they can't talk about this incident. People were reporting about it, then it just stopped and disappeared. Like, you ever heard about that incident?
No, I haven't.
You didn't hear about it? Where have you been?
Would you hear it from the news?
No, TikTok.
And that, my friend,
TikTok.
is why
and
you gotta
Twitter.
be careful of media.
And Twitter.
Okay, so let's talk about that, right? No, I've never heard of that. And I've heard about...
There's some videos, though, out there, so you have to see it.
Yeah, send them to me.
I'll send it to you.
There are different incidences of, like, these people claiming that they found aliens. And then now in the news, funny enough, like last year,
What?
got so involved with like saying, yeah, we found aliens, and then it's just been all over the news. Like even like the little tiny aliens.
What about the Ark of the Covenant? You think they actually found that?
What is that?
The Ark of the Covenant?
I've never heard of it.
You ever heard of the Ark of the Covenant?
Oh, so actually what it is.
It is basically it's a old. It's how can I explain it? Let's just say mark my words, guys, because if I'm explaining it bad, just please let me know because I don't want to fuck it up. But let's just say like there was certain parts of like the chambers and the pyramids where there was just like form of like an energy source where it could be. Let's just say a form of a battery, because I don't want to mess up the word, right? The word is not clicking right here. The peaches are just too good. I'm just thinking about that. but yeah, it's a form. Like let's just say it's a form of a battery, but people were protecting it. It was in the Middle East, and a lot of people were protecting it. And then people that were protecting it, they got a real case of like radiation poison, sickness and poisoning from it. And it's stated that Trump have a replica of the Ark of the Covenant in his house. And it's also stated that, like, they believe that they stole it from the Middle East. I think it's now in the Vatican or who knows where it's at. But it basically was one of the energy sources that was in one of the king's chambers in the pyramids that fueled the pyramids to make it a power plant.
Never heard of that.
Really?
Right.
Damn, T.
And all of the things that are in like the pyramids, they're not active anymore. Right? So a lot of these people that do like grave digging and they pull up all of these like bodies from the earth and everything, like it goes back to where we were talking about like witchcraft and all those different things. Like witchcraft has been changed over the years just to put a bad name on like the tradition, right? A lot of like these so-called witchery or witchcraft is coming from the tradition itself. So being that it's coming from the tradition, when people that follow tradition gets buried a certain way, like you understand when you're grave digging and you're taking things away from these people that have been buried with certain things, there's certain like consequences that comes with. Right?
Oh my God!
Like even if you watch these movies and you see like they get cursed and
like
all these
Indiana
different
Jones
things,
and stuff like that.
I don't know if Indiana Jones did stole from graves. I never watched the movie.
But other grave diggers got cursed when I do see the movie.
Yeah, like they get cursed and they stealing stuff from like these tombs and shit. Like movies don't tell you lies, right? Your brain tells you that maybe it's a lie or that it's magic. Movies are going to tell you the truth, but we're so caught up in the lie that the truth that's being told to us, it just doesn't seem real, right? So the movies are going to tell you the truth, and it's up to you to determine whether or not what the movie is telling you is the truth or not, right? So now these grave diggers and them taking things from these like tombs, and then now this radiation poison, all this different shit that you're saying, like it could just be very much so something is just attached to them. You got to be very, very much so careful of like what you're tampering with.
Don't dig no graves, guys. I know y'all college students out here like to haze people and dig up stuff. Do not pull a How High and dig up something, okay? You remember How High the movie?
Hell no.
No.
I've seen the movie How High.
Yeah.
But they dug up graves.
They dug up the grave of the freaking guy and smoked his fucking bones.
Oh, yeah, that's
or
right.
whatever they smoked him.
I haven't seen that movie in years.
I love that movie. So, okay. All right. Because now, like, so I want to tap into your brain because did you watch Bob Lazar's movie that came out? You know Bob Lazar? No? Bob Lazar. He used to work for a sector within,
It's a movie?
No, Bob Lazar is a scientist.
Oh, you're talking about the bald white guy?
No, that's Stephen Gere.
What are you talking about?
Bob Lazar is a different dude. Stephen Gere is the dude with the glasses.
I'm talking about that. Bob Lazar is like a spirit that controls like this white man, or that possesses this white man, right?
No. That's somebody else. I know who he's talking about. No, that's someone else. Bob Lazar is a scientist that back in the day, he worked on a base. I forgot the name of the base, but it was in the same
Area 51.
No, it was in the same category as Area 51, but still different, but still in Nevada. Or no, in New Mexico. Sorry, still like New Mexico area. But they had recovered craft that was interdimensional, and he had to reverse engineer it. Now, when you watch the movie and you see the story, he was able to depict exactly what he says that he's been saying for the past like 30, 40 years. He was able to depict it properly using AI and real actors at the same time. And he also said that this craft was technology that we haven't seen ever before, but it was to the sense where the energy within it could like block out light. So if it blocked out light, it would just be like a circle, like a small circle within like space right here, like just in the air, because there's no light. And he was also saying that the way it moved interdimensionally. It moved within, like, it started like bending the energy or bending the vibrations around. That's how it moved. It didn't just like shoot up into the air. It moved with everything around it because it's like in a bubble, kind of weird. And he said the craft was like huge, but it still fit like, like smaller people. But he claims that he was there, he saw it. I believe his story is if he's been saying the same story for 30 years, but when you really do watch that movie, it really makes you think like, damn, like this could be true. Like, how do you feel about that? I have to send you the movie though, because you have to watch it.
So, okay.
Do you think crafts are interdimensional? Like, do you think it's the crafts that we're finding that's interdimensional? Like, instead of just people phasing in and out?
So my thing, right, you can't get too lost in the message, right? And you can't take things quite literally when it comes to like what movies are saying. I've never seen that movie, so I wouldn't be able to give you a good analysis of what the message may be portraying within that movie itself. But there's definitely some truth in movies, but you have to dissect the message that it's trying to portray. Right.
Yeah.
For us to have a clear understanding of what is being said, and not be taken too far away from like the message that the movie is trying to give us. Right. Like again, going back to Interstellar, like you don't want to fall into this reality where like you think you can be outer space, right? Be on a spaceship and think that you can survive within this little ass spacesuit and go to different planets, right? Especially, you don't want to also think that you can survive the spaghettification of being in a black hole. And
I don't want to be in a black hole.
Right, and think that you can be within the fourth dimension and see all of these different things within the Tesseract, right? Yeah. The deeper message is that like all of that lives within inside of you. Right, traveling interdimensionally, being within the fourth dimension, and seeing these different realities play out. The thing is that, we don't really know. Some people come with that ability, right? But we don't really know how to like really do it, right? Like we can try and astral project, and we can try to do this lucid dreaming, but there's only certain things that we can reach, because at the end of the day, like, everything has its own passage, right? And you have to have permission to access those different things. But, people, they like to break those rules and take, like, psychedelics and all these different things that kind of, like...
Are you laughing at me? He's laughing at me, guys.
That kind of makes you bend the rules a bit, but there's consequences to doing all those different things.
I enjoy bending the rules. I like to break the rules a little bit. I mean, my consequences was lovely.
Right. Not to say I'm better than anyone. I've done it too. In my younger days, I did shrooms, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I used to smoke weed, you feel me? I did ecstasy.
He's a good guy now.
I did acid. Like acid, I was like, when I first did acid, I'm like, I ain't never doing that shit again. Ever in my life.
He's better than me because the first time I did acid, I think I did acid like 20, 30 times after.
It felt like I felt exposed.
Exposed?
Yes.
Where the fuck you did acid at?
It doesn't matter where I did it at. It was like, I felt like if I did it anywhere, I felt like my entire, everything that was protecting me was like removed.
Oh yeah, that
yeah,
you forget your name, you forget who you are.
Yeah, but now you got to think about that, right? If everything that's protecting you is removed, that means anything can get in you.
I know, that's true.
Yeah, nah. So I was like, nah, I'm good.
One time I had hippie flips. You know what a hippie flip is?
No.
A hippie flip is when you do mushrooms and acid together. So I hippie flipped and
she's crazy. Tell her that every day.
And then it came to a point, my friend Alice, me and her is talking, my ego's just like this, I don't have no more ego. I'm just alive, I'm just living. And I was like, wait, what's my name? And I couldn't remember my name for the death of me. I think 30 minutes passed. I couldn't remember my name. I'm like, Alice, what the fuck is my name? What's my name? And I had to go look at my ID to remember my name. And I was like, oh, it's Cristal. But anyway, no aliens came that day. It was just, it was it was more of just like, it was more of a different story. Right. So, okay, wait. Because I want to tap into some stuff. All right? Let me get my life together. Because we about to get into a whole nother different thing. Because right now, like, we got to have this conversation multiple times. Because I want to hear other people's minds with us. Because this is an intense topic. The way things are going right now, motherfuckers ain't playing with this. They not playing with the aliens aren't real. They not playing, they may understand interdimensionally, they could go here and there, popping it out, but a lot of people, they're taking this shit seriously. And I want to talk about Jesus, Horus, the Book of Enoch, where like most of these stories kind of like come from, or I don't want to say originate because I don't know what exactly came first. I don't want to say that, but a lot of people are looking into the Book of Enoch and saying like that's where the story of the Annuaki comes from. A lot of people are looking to Jesus and saying, well, the story of Jesus or Jesus or Yeshua comes from Horus or Hos, or how do you pronounce his name properly? So I don't fuck it up.
I think it's Horus.
Yes. So there is a lot of these stories that constantly happens. There's people that's been passing down these stories from different tribes for generations. And that is one of the big fights because they took the Book of Enoch out of the Bible. Apparently it was in there. And I don't know. You just let me know how you feel about that because that has to deal with aliens.
What is your question?
My question is, how does that relate to the alien stories of the Annuaki? And then also, like, people are saying that Jesus was an alien, or saying that, like, that story of Jesus came from Horus, who was an interdimensional being originally. Like, they said Horus was interdimensional. They didn't even say he was an alien. He said that he pops in and out of Earth whenever he wants to, and then he goes to another dimension and comes back.
Right. Sorry, I'm about to bore you guys.
Oh my goodness.
Jesus isn't who people think he is, right? And he's not like your Messiah or like the prophet that the Christianity faith tries to make it up to be. And it's interesting that you're mixing it with Horus or Heru. Like, what's the connection between Heru and Jesus Christ?
Their abilities, what they accomplish in the world, their practices. Jesus will travel around to enlighten himself spiritually. But Horus or Heru was still a little bit different, though, to me.
Well, Heru is a god.
Yeah. Well,
Jesus is a man. And they try to say he's the manifestation of God. Right. They're two different things, so. I don't really know the relationship between Jesus and Heru. There could be a relationship that people try to make with the correlation of Jesus and Heru. I will be the first to say that there isn't one, right? And you said the Book of Enoch.
Yes, the
I've
Book
never
of
read
Enoch.
that.
I read some snippets, but I haven't read it either.
Okay, what is that about though?
So the Book of Enoch tells the stories of basically the Annuaki story of the giants, story of the Nephilim, story of like the the flood is also in the Bible too, but it's a story it's basically a book that was taken out because it does deal with interdimensional beings coming in and out of the earth. And they took it out of the Bible on purpose because they didn't want people to apparently or allegedly know that this was actually happening on this earth, guys.
Because it was in the Bible.
It was, and they took it out.
But right, just because it was in the Bible doesn't mean it happened though.
I mean, listen, I didn't say it happened.
It's an interesting topic.
I know, the Book of Enoch, bro, this shit is wild.
Yeah.
It talks about like all like the giants would have like that came from different like places or different dimensions or different planets, whatever. It was having children with the women here on Earth. They were creating Nephilim, like, and if you understand, like, even when we watched the Odyssey, and that Cyclops, that giant was Zeus's kid. So,
Right.
you know, it's more in a sense of that type of nature. Crazy,
well,
right?
It's weird because like this whole I don't know, like I don't want to say like mythology to call the Bible, but this whole mystery that follows behind the Bible and it just mysteriously popping up in the middle of time and then spreading like a virus throughout the earth due to like the Middle Ages, right? And due to like the spread of colonialism because of the Greeks and Romans. I don't really know how truthful a lot of these things are. I do think that things have been switched and turned to fit in a certain ideology of colonialism and imperialism at the same time, to have certain colonized lands to go a certain way, right? Because nothing is truly colonized unless you colonize the people and then have them become mentally enslaved into the policies that they're trying to enforce on those people themselves. Back in my old days, like I did used to think about like giants and like how they used to have like these giant trees and how volcanoes and mountains, if you really stare at them at a certain angle, like it looks like giant trees. And then he said like these people chop down the trees to create some type of oxygen deficit for people now to be small.
You think so?
No, I don't believe in any of that nonsense.
I think we got taller.
I think that divinities are giants. But have you ever seen a divinity?
Not yet. One day I will, guys.
I don't think you ever will see one.
One day I will.
But we can try. We'll strive for it. Maybe we can see one when we die, but
that's one day.
it's no more days.
That's still a day.
How so?
The day you die.
But your body is only confined by space and time. So if you die, then you're not bound by a linear time. Then there's no more days.
But that's your last day.
No, there's no more days.
Isn't there a death date though?
The day
you could, if you're not dying at 12 a.m., you could still live half the day.
I think once your heart stops, that's it. You're dead.
Yeah, that's still a day though.
Yeah, you'll be in the third dimension, but once you die, there's no more days. Like
I understand that, but I'm saying here, that still was a day. You could still live.
No, that's not what you're saying.
Yes.
You said one day that you can see a divinity.
That's still one day.
But okay, when you die, there's no more days. How can you
know that.
Then what do you say right now?
But you don't hear the joke.
There was no joke. You were serious about that.
Listen. You could spend the whole day doing something and being alive and die that same day. That's still a day. Even though you left, that's still your last day.
That has nothing to do with seeing a divinity.
Well, you're still going through the transition. No one knows what happens really.
People out there knows that shit.
I mean, I experienced some stuff. Is everybody's not gonna experience the same thing. Some people.
Okay.
Some people experience something completely different. Some people get trapped in limbo. Days doesn't matter, but they still right here.
You're talking about like an outer body experience?
No, they're dead, so they get trapped in limbo.
What is it called when you die
But you're
and
still.
then you come back in?
Oh, reincarnation?
No.
When you die and come back in. Oh, like
Near
death experience.
Exactly.
Yes.
Near death experience. People like have those situations, which is interesting. I'm gonna look up some more stories because I've always thought those are interesting. Every time I look them up and
You think they're
listen to
watching
what they're
over
saying.
us?
Who's they?
The divinities, the giants. You think they can see us right now talking
I don't
about
think
them?
they care.
You think they care?
I don't think they care.
You think they're looking at us like how we play The Sims?
No, I don't think they care.
Oh.
And like, how
Interesting.
does a God see? It's something that can perceive
they just-
outside of existence.
Well, they just know.
I don't think they care. That's another big thing about like Christianity, right?
Yeah.
They think God cares. God don't care about you.
You don't care about the ants. You think God cares about
Saying? God don't care about you. I swear to God that God don't care about you. Okay?
Oh my God.
It's like God
Oh
don't
my
care about
God.
you. Like
Oh my
God
God.
can
Oh my God.
perceive.
Oh my God.
If the God that they think is real, think about like what it can perceive. Right? It can perceive everything outside of existence and within existence.
I
You know
could
how
see that.
tiny humans would be within multi-dimensions?
Yeah.
God don't give a fuck about you. You don't got no...
God gives a fuck about me.
God don't got you on speed dial,
God
baby.
gives a fuck about me. Right, God? I know you love
Sure.
me.
God don't got you on speed dial, okay? He don't give a fuck about
God
you.
talks through me through music and sound and people.
There's so many things that are way closer to us that cares about us that people just ignore every day.
What? Tell us right now.
Your
Not
mother and your
aliens?
father, okay?
What if your mother and your dad ain't shit?
You know what I'm saying? They care about you. Your grandparents, they care about you.
The aliens don't care about you?
Why would they give a fuck about you?
They want to probe you. Why everything want to stick you in the butt?
Where did you come up with this? Where's this coming from?
Every alien story is like they want to rape us, stick us in the butt, eat us.
Because
Take
this
our
country
blood?
is sick and twisted and
Why do you
fucked
want to
up.
do that?
Because that's what the doctors do. The doctors are the aliens. We figured it out.
I never had a doctor put anything up my anus.
They put it in your mouth.
You're right. And my ear.
Yeah. And your mouth is dirtier than your ass, so they might as well.
My mouth is peachy right now. I'm very happy. This tastes absolutely delicious.
That's what we just said. Your mouth is your ass. Peachy.
Peachy
Yeah, all
keen.
day.
Mm-hmm.
But just going back into like the whole, I guess you can say, propaganda around aliens. Like thinking about interdimensional beings and
Yeah.
how they're traveling through space-time, right? And through gravity, or however the hell they're traveling, right? And thinking about like, or just becoming a thinker about where you stand in between all of those. You have to
2 hours later.
Okay, we're back.
We had some slight technical difficulties there, but just to go back to what I was saying, like if you start to think about the propaganda that's happening with these so-called aliens, where now there's a blur line between extraterrestrial and aliens and how we try to mix those two things together. When you think about interdimensional traveling and how you're sitting in between all these different things, you have to understand how you're fitting into that, right? You yourself are an interdimensional traveling being. You just have to tune into that. But if you get so caught up in these lies that separate you from being a multi-dimensional being in this body, then your life would just constantly be within this thought of imagination, right? Where the reality that you live in is around you, but you just can't simply see it. You just have to want to see the truth in it to finally grasp some type of reality that you can stick onto. versus the things that they're trying to
implant in your mind.
Implant in your fucking mind and stick swabs up your butt. And aliens are graping you.
And probing you.
Seedless grapes. Okay?
Seedless grapes?
Grapes are seedless. How often do you see grapes with seeds? You know what I'm saying?
Very rare. That means they're fake grapes.
They're going to grapelessly seed you.
Oh my God.
Seedlessly grape you.
Oh my gosh.
It doesn't make any sense, y'all. But
don't fall to the illusion.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, more importantly.
Exactly.
Fall into that.
Yes, exactly. You heard?
You can find us in all podcast platforms as well.
Yes.
And we're going to come up with some merch, yo. I've been thinking of these merch ideas, like t-shirts. I've been thinking about this leather jean jacket.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? We're gonna tune in.
You wanna really chef it up with the merch? I feel like you're gonna come up with some popping that shit.
We're gonna tune in.
See that? I wanna see something on his that says aliens aren't real. And I want to see something on mine, and I'll say, bitch, alien. Who? Like, what? I'm the fucking alien.
Like, bitch, I'm the alien.
I'm the alien,
I'm
bitch.
the God. I'm the Jesus, Haru, and what's the other shit?
And the
Enoch.
I wouldn't see the alien like this, just put down in like a Nicki Minaj or Kim pose with a lollipop.
With a peach butt.
And a peach butt.
Absolutely nonsense. Hey, y'all, this has been the Cristal Maze After Dark, and we really appreciate it.
Exactly.
Y'all.
And thank you guys so much. And as always, yo, you can find me, Cristal Maze, at The Cristal Maze or Cristal Maze on social media. I will pop up. And you can find T.
You can find me at Taj Hutchins on Instagram. I see y'all there. See y'all in the comments.
Yeah, we'll see in the comments. We're going to be replying back to y'all, too. And also, keep it peachy keen, yo. This tastes delicious.
I still want my money. Still want my money.
Oh, my gosh. We need to get the board. A little bit more. Y'all be good, guys. Yes.